people? This is Randy Bishop Games, and we are not going to be gaming today, strangely enough. We're live on YouTube and Twitch, and I am going to be doing something completely different today, because I wanted to, and I have to, so I figured why not. So essentially, on the Estrella SMP, which is the SMP that I spend the majority of my Minecraft time on, we are having a Halloween build-off contest. And similarly to the Scoot board contest that we had a few weeks ago, we are going to award the winning teams with, or the winners, sorry, not teams, the winners with trophies. So on the Scoot board, in the Scoot board tournament, I modeled those trophies. Here's the gold right here. Yeah, kind of rotate it around a little bit, zoom in. As you can see, it is a gold trophy with the likeness of an armadillo, because Scoot board is, if you don't know, is basically shuffleboard with armadillos. So you whack these little guys across the board while they're rolled up so they don't take damage. No one gets hurt. No armadillos get hurt. But this is the gold trophy. I believe Razi and Evan on the Estrella SMP walked away with this bad boy. And I also modeled a silver and bronze. The silver and bronze only differ from the color. So this is the silver, and I just basically went into Affinity Photo, which is kind of like a Photoshop, and recolored this as bronze and then duplicated the JSON file. Long story short, I used the same model, and yep, that's how that was done. And then this is one of the first things I've ever done in Blockbench as far as items. I've retextured a lot of hey Gabe, thank you for joining the stream on Twitch. I've retextured a lot of Minecraft entities or mobs, namely, like I remember retexturing a fox as a raccoon for my son. I also created a bunch of Super Mario, like the little Koopa guys and Koopa, the flying ones. Anyway, so I do have some experience modeling in Blockbench, but I am not an expert. So please don't expect this to be like a tutorial. There's plenty of tutorials out there, plenty of people that explain all the tools and everything. I just kind of fumble around and get things done. That's the type of person I am. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm a computer programmer, artist, musician kind of person, and gamer. I do not expect, don't expect to walk away rather with a profound amount of knowledge in Blockbench from this video. This is mainly just to hang out, chat, and walk through, and really to prove that anyone, even without 3D modeling experience, can get into this application called Blockbench, which is free, create items and retexture entities and do whatever, really, and bring it into Minecraft with very, very few steps. Both Bedrock and Java Edition. Hey Mojo, thank you for joining the stream. Hey Sam, thank you for joining the stream as well. Yeah, so here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Scoot board gold trophy as kind of the base, because I like how it turned out. I like the color and everything. That's another thing I'm debating. So just to reiterate, these are going to be Halloween build trophies. So, you know, you build the best, I don't know, haunted mansion or something. I'm just making stuff. I have no idea what people are going to build. But if you make the best, like, Halloween haunted mansion, you're going to get a trophy. Now, should I make that trophy gold as the winning trophy, or should I make it, you know, look like a pumpkin? I don't know. But nonetheless, I'm going to use the base of this because I think it's got a good size and all around kind of, I already spent time doing it, you know, so I might as well just go through and use the stem in the base. So I'm going to copy that first. And I'm going to go here to the create from a template. I'm going to create a Java block item, create new model. I'm going to call that model. I'm going to start with probably the silver, like the second place trophy. I'm just calling it like, you know, silver, second, whatever. I'm going to call this, let's see, I'll just HBO for, that's horrible, but it's a Halloween build off. Yeah, let's do this. Hollow silver. That's funny too. So no parent model, 16 by 16 is perfect for the texture size. I'm gonna hit confirm. Boom, we are in. This is the model. It doesn't have a texture right now. Doesn't have any cubes, but I'm just gonna paste those cubes in. And as you can see, right when I paste them in, they lose their texture. All right, I need to catch up. Okay, do you have a plan or are you just gonna wing it? I do have a plan. It's very loose. Thank you, Gabe. That was Gabe in Twitch. Razi, thank you for joining the chat. We'll use this exact stream to learn tutorials now. Okay. Will the stream be saved on your channel? Yes. I would love to watch it later when it's not midnight for me. Yes, yes, yes. I save all my VODs on my channel, to both Twitch and YouTube. I mean, my first thought was pumpkin, so it would be meeting my expectation. Yes. I'm giving it up a little bit, but yeah, the silver and bronze, so the second and third place trophies, I'm thinking pumpkin. The first, which I probably will not get to, I'm thinking one, it might be a surprise for everyone, including my viewers, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it. Two, I think I'm going to differentiate from the pumpkin. I think I'm going to do a whole different thing for the first, kind of like the armadillos. This obviously was the gold, and then, these guys were the silver and bronze. So it's still a rolled up armadillo, but this has the handles and the face and all that good stuff. So that's what I think I'm going to do is, whoops, did not mean to do that. Oh my God, if I do that one more time. There, sorry, not the plus sign. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do a pumpkin, which should be pretty straightforward. However, if you've ever modeled anything in Blockbench, in order to do a concave shape, you have to basically create a bunch of cubes that have a cutout. You'll see what I'm talking about. So on top of this stem, I'm going to create a somewhat Minecrafty pumpkin. I don't think it's going to be super round. Thank you, Rossi. I wish you all fun and pumpkin full stream. Yeah, thank you. So I'm debating also whether I want to do like a Minecraft circle, like a globe, or just straight up very Minecrafty looking, carved pumpkin or pumpkin, because obviously pumpkins exist in Minecraft, so it wouldn't be a surprise, obviously, though a pumpkin is a pumpkin block, so it's just a 1 by 1 meter block. So I think I'm going to get a little bit more adventurous than just a block, but I don't know about a globe, because a globe is going to be a lot of faces. That's going to be a lot of work, because if you wanted to do here, I'll just kind of demonstrate it. If you want to do like a globe, you basically have to build it like you would in Minecraft. So let's see, like say this would be the center. Well, let me size it a little bit bigger. Say that would be the center, and then you have to paste it, please. Elements. Okay, so then you'd have to do something like this, and then bring in those sides. Oops, wrong direction. Get over. Okay. And then bring in those sides one, and like essentially draw a circle with a bunch of cubes, or voxel shapes. And that seems like it might be a lot of effort for not that much benefit, because it is Minecraft and you're expecting Minecraft to be more of a blocky game. So I'm thinking like more blocky, maybe a slight globe kind of shape to a block, if that makes any sense. Sam, are you able to import an existing Minecraft pumpkin model and work off of that? Yes, I could. However, that's going to be 1 by 1 meter, so it's going to be a lot larger than I want. So all I would really be bringing in model-wise is a 1 by 1 meter cube. Like the texture I already actually have like off to the side here. Here, I'll just bring it over so you can kind of see it. Just the face texture I already have like kind of ready to go. Sorry if that's huge. So I can at least get the color and the basic eye and mouth shape, because I think I'm gonna try to duplicate that as much as possible. But yeah, as far as the model itself, the model will just be like a block. So I don't really feel the need to bring that in. But actually, just said that though, I might just keep on going with this a little bit here. And have a more roundish, feel. Anyone who's drawn a circle, I'm doing air quotes right now, a circle in Minecraft knows it's basically, like a 5x5, like you have I think a 3 and then a 2 and then a 1 and a 1, and as far as the blocks, to make it look round. So that's kind of what I'm gonna pretend that I'm doing here, even though this is a 4. So maybe if I do a 3 and then do a 2 and then bring this guy down, so then it's another 2 and then a 1 and a 1, and then whatever I end up with the bottom. Obviously this is way too wide, because I think the overall width would be far less than this. Something like that, I don't know. I can resize everything after I'm done. I remember, I don't know how to pronounce that username there, Mojo, but someone used to call them squircles. Yeah, square circles, exactly. Okay, so we got this, and then we got this. If I do that one more time. All right. I'm just guessing, because I've drawn plenty of circles in Minecraft, but I've never actually done it in something like this in Blockbench. All right. That is definitely not a circle. I'm gonna use that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm gonna have to shrink this whole thing. Whoa. By what? 1 on either side? Nope. I'm gonna have to bring up like circle shapes in Minecraft really quick just to remind myself of how many there are. 3, 4, I'm counting right now. 2, 3. If I make this 4, then that should probably be pretty close. I know there's shortcuts to change the tools too, by the way, but again, I'm a clumsy fool, so I don't know them by heart, and now is not the time to learn. And let's preface all this. This is going to be a pumpkin, so pumpkins can be oddly shaped and often are, so I don't have to have this be a perfect circle. It actually would be probably more realistic or just more interesting if it's not a perfect circle. Did I just literally do that? Get over here. Okay. That's actually kind of a cool shape. I think maybe if I rotate it though, it would be even cooler. Not that, oh Jesus, not that axis. Yeah, that's the axis. Yeah, that's not gonna work though, unless I probably put it in a group. Let's see if that works. Group elements. I don't even know if that'll work in all honesty. Nope. All right, that's not a big deal. We'll just move everything over. All right, not rotating, just moving. I'm gonna shut off the stem and all that stuff too, just so I'm not distracted by it. All right, good. Sam, you look for the shortcuts and everything. I am if I use an application quite often, but if I use something so infrequent, I end up forgetting the shortcuts. So I don't even bother to learn them in the first place until I, again, use it super frequently. Like Reason is the DAW that I use for all my recording stuff for music recording, and I definitely know the shortcuts of that very well. And Visual Studio Code, I know the shortcuts fairly well for that too. Okay, so this is uneven. Or this is even, rather. Oh no, it isn't. Cool. Oh, perfect. Actually, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Kind of has a pumpkin vibe. Maybe a fatter bottom would be better. Oh, the pivot system in Blockbench is still a mystery? Yeah, for sure. It gets a little confusing. I worked... in my previous job, I worked with a lot of 3D artists, and they are just wizards to me. Like the stuff that they can pull off versus me clumsily, yeah, even like moving stuff around. Ooh, that is a pumpkin. All right. Yes, Sir Meteorite Business. I am streaming on multiple platforms, YouTube and Twitch. Hopefully that's not somebody that works for Twitch. All right. Okay. That is very pumpkin shaped. I am satisfied with that as the base shape. Now comes the complicated part where I'm going to cut out the face, because what I want, this is kind of giving away a little bit here, but that's what we're here. We're here to give it all away. What I'm planning on doing is playing around with the emissive texture settings in Blockbench, which means the inside of the pumpkin, I want like a little tea light. I want a candle. I want it to give off light. Now, it won't illuminate like a torch would in Minecraft. I think there is a way to do that, but I'm not exactly certain. But at least it will glow from the inside, looking, like a jack-o'-lantern. So it'll be pretty sweet if I can figure that out. Sorry, Sir Meteor Business on Twitch banned. Like when I made the Twitch employee joke. He was kidding, obviously. Okay. Anyway, back to this. Let's size. We got 2, 4. No. I just want it to be 1. Yeah. Okay. So just thin like a pumpkin. Oh man, I'm gonna hate myself if this is the shape that I go for, though. This is gonna be so difficult to like, because obviously this is one plane, but I have to make it all the way around like that. So I have to do a circle here and a circle here. I might abandon this more than I think about it. Maybe if I do, instead of going all the way like this, if I do something along the lines of this, where it's just the corners. Yeah, I think that might be the better solution, rather than biting off more than I could chew, because that's gonna take me forever to like do a circle on the top, circle on it, because I have to do cube by cube by cube, the tiny little things like that. Oh man, too bad there isn't an animation option. It'd be cool to make a flicker animation for the candle. There is. There is an animation option. I'm not sure if it requires Optifine though. I don't think it does. I think you can animate a texture. You basically duplicate the texture and then tell Minecraft through a JSON file. That's actually I think it might be a MC data, some sort of like meta file essentially. You tell it to animate and the frames in which to play, which are basically the different sections of the ping, the texture, when to swap those out. It's basically like a sprite sheet. So anyway, yeah, this is a little bit more Minecrafty too. So let's go with this option, which this will be the front face, because I need to be able to draw. Let's work on the hard face first. Let's do this. Let's work on the front. All right, because I need to draw the face, essentially. That's what I need. I need to do that. All right. How many do I have? I should really put this in order too. I'm very, very disorganized right now. All right, this one first. Technically this one first. Second. Third. Okay, do I have a duplicate? Oh, this is too big, right? That's what I did wrong. Yep. No, I didn't do that wrong. Yeah, I did. Okay, jeez, that was weird. Boom. Boom, so we got here and here and right here. I'm doing all 1x1s right now because I have that's what I'm going to end up turning into the face. You'll see in a second, I promise. So the front is going to be definitely the hardest thing to do. No doubt about it. Okay, we got them all in order. Okay, so the face, what I'm picturing, or what I'm planning on doing, is something along the lines of, hopefully 1 pixel will be enough, but is like this, essentially. So let's just pretend that's like the top of an eye. And then over here is another top of an eye. And maybe this one's a little lower. Yeah, that's perfect. And then we go do this. And then stop selecting. There we go. And then that. You guys are catching my drift, right? Where is it? This and this. And then move this over here. That's actually kind of similar to the Minecrafty one. It's asymmetrical. The actual carved pumpkin in Minecraft. It's something like that, actually. Maybe this moves up a little. See, now I'm making it symmetrical, though. Yeah, so Minecraft is more like that. Something silly like that. Okay, and then probably have to move all of this up. I was too low down. Yeah, I like the asymmetrical eyes too, Sam. I think it looks a little more interesting. All right, oh, sorry, Sam. Gotcha. I have a generic model I'm working on in Blockbench of the world. Weird horse. And it shows animation in the top right where you display. Yes, that is for entities. Entities you can animate, like straight up move the models, move everything. For items, like I have right now, it's only textures, as far as I know. But again, I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. So in Minecraft, every single stream I bring up Hermitcraft, in Hermitcraft, every single stream I bring up Hermitcraft. I noticed that I forget who does most of their item models, like trophies and stuff, but she made like the Metro Mayhem trophy is actually animated. It's got like a little subway car that goes around. So there has to be a way, but I don't know if like, is it an entity? I have no idea. So there's a way to do it, but I don't know how to do that in this, aside from textures. So I guess you could kind of do that with the texture if you think about it, though. I don't know. That's a little above my pay grade. So okay, let's make the mouth something along. Whoop, nope. Bring it back down. There we go. And this a little derpy looking. Maybe something like that. Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. I'd want that trophy. That's a pretty sweet looking trophy already. Making the animated flicker is the stretch goal, Sam, for sure. Hoffen, that's it. Thank you, Mojo. Yes, Hoffen is the one. All right, cool. Okay, should I do a bottom, like straight? Because I could do something like this. Wow, we are in a ridiculous amount of cubes right now. Let's do this. Like we could go. And then maybe move this down. Yeah, I mean, that's getting there, but I do think it needs to have like a tooth or two. It's kind of cool looking, though. It's got a cool vibe. I'm going to transform these guys back into, full-on faces, like combine these two, basically. Just to limit the number of faces. All right, let's see. Let's do that, and then maybe do something like this. Yeah. Get over there. Is that enough detail? Should I make the eyes a little wider? Yeah, I have power tools, Sam, to grab the hex code and everything. I'm actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this guy and I'm gonna just paste him in to the texture, like over in a corner or something, and then start from there. You can actually download the Minecraft textures too, straight from the wiki, in the 16x16 textures, the original textures. So you can just like paste them in and then just use, you know, the paint feature right here in a color as well. So definitely good idea though. Good idea. Should it be? A lot of fiddling around, I know, but I like that a little bit more. Yeah, for sure, Sam. I'm going to do different faces for each trophy for sure. What if I go make this a little wider? Actually be more Minecrafty if it was this side, because this is the side in the original texture. I'm looking at it kind of right now that has more of a wide look. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop. I swear. Paste it. Paste it. There you go. Is it too asymmetrical? I think I want this to have a little bit of that kind of vibe too. I could do it on the top like that. I think that might be kind of cool. That is very Minecrafty. I'm looking over at my other monitor to see exactly how they do it. And they have kind of like this shape, basically. So sorry, Gabe, you're talking away. I'm totally ignoring you. So yeah, can you make the eyes bigger? Working on that. Just try it. I think they're a little small. Yeah, I like that. Oh, you made them sad. Yeah, definitely bigger eyes. Ooh, that's cool. I think that balances it well. Should I do this like another tooth over here though? Is that too matchy? Maybe if I copy this tooth, put him over here. Am I getting worse? Is it getting worse? It might be getting worse. Just keep in mind that a lot of this stuff will be solved in the texturing as well. What if I do this as well? So this corner has, why did I do that when I have this literally really right here. I think that's good. I like that. What do you guys think of that? Should I add like more on this side, like where it kind of goes up there? Yeah, I like it too. I think that's good. I think I need to stop fiddling with it. Unless like maybe that is better. Looks like he's chewing on some gum or something on this side. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good. Okay. Can I even save any space here? Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Yeah, I think I've already optimized it as much as I can. Wow, that's craziness. All right, so we got 1, 2. All right, these aren't going to be perfectly in order, but you know what? That's fine. I just want to make sure I don't have any cubes sitting on top of other cubes. Actually, an easy way to do that is this. Because I did a lot of copy and pasting. I just want to make sure that I didn't accidentally copy and paste on top of each other. I'm looking pretty good. Okay, right there I can save some space. Instead of having this, well, I guess that would still be 2 cubes. Yeah, it's not really gonna save any space. I was thinking like extending this over here, but I don't think it's really gonna save any space. Okay, cool. All right, so that's the hard one. That is definitely the hard one. So I'm going to group all these guys into a face. Group elements and call that face. All right. I'll call this pumpkin. All right. We are doing good. We are doing excellent. Okay, now let's do the sides. The sides should be a lot easier. I'm gonna create a cube. Let's bring it on over here. I'm just gonna size it the same size as the center, so like this one right here. And right there, I think that'll be the same. Yes, and size it there. Okay, and then yeah, so I have 2 step downs on the bottom and 1 step down on the top, which is very Minecrafty. All right, cool. So I need another cube. Just right here. Bring it down. And another cube. Inside. I don't know what's harder, streaming Minecraft or streaming this. This is all the practice that went, all the practice that goes into creating Minecraft streams is like thrown out the window at this point. Okay, so that will be that shape. I will group elements and whatever, doesn't really matter. Okay, this is gonna break everything, right? When I do this, no, okay, cool, we got it. Zero, there we go. Cool, and let's bring her in. So stagger it like that. And that will be good. So all I have to do is bring that face one this way maybe, and then trying to center it on the grid. I think that should be centered. Whatever, we'll worry about that later. Okay, we got that. All right, next is just duplicating the left side. Get out of there. There we go. And who's left and who's right, you know? What's it matter? All right. Okay, and then one more duplication. I swear. Get in there. I want you out. Thank you. All right. Let's rotate that bad boy. Yeah, why when you copy a group and then it pastes it into the same group. Like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do, Blockbench. Debating on adding like another layer into, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. No, that'll make it. Oh, because I will put a layer on top, duh. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So this is probably what I'm gonna have to do though. I'm probably gonna have to do something like this to make this make any sense. Yeah, that'll look a lot better. Which means that I'm probably gonna have to do the same with the pumpkin head, unless the face just kind of sticks out like that. Sorry, working too small. Or is it this one and this one? I swear, select the two I want, thank you. Alright, well let's move the other ones in just because we know that those are going to move in for sure. Oh. Only one for the top. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move probably move all these guys down. Scale them down rather. Resize them down and then add a bar on the top. Which is cool. No big deal. Yeah, that's fine. That'll work. Cool, cool, cool. Should I align the teeth? Should the teeth be... Oh, not that way. Out like that. Because technically that layer would be out. I could probably solve a lot of the awkwardness with texturing. Yeah, let's leave it like that for right now. Here. Nope, that one's good. And I'll have to fill those gaps in. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. I like that. I could also tilt this whole thing where it's like a little bit on an axis, like pivoted a little bit. Like I'm thinking like the whole pumpkin, like just tilting it, like just slightly. Definitely not like that. That could potentially look cool, but that's gonna screw up that's gonna screw up everything though. Not if I adjust the pivot points on everything though. Whatever. That'll be the absolute last thing that I'll mess with, because that could be disastrous. All right. So I think having them on a different axis would work. That when carving a pumpkin in real life, the bottom teeth would be closer to the inside of the pumpkin. Hard to describe the text. Yeah, Sam, I agree. Them being the bottom teeth. Yeah, I agree. All right. Cool. All right. Let's fill in these little gaps here. That should not be too hard to do. Some nice little cube that's 1 by 1 by 1. Should be that, right? That should be the size. Yeah. Right when you think you got it, as far as imposition, then you're like, nope, that is completely in the wrong spot. Okay, we'll do that. Or I could, yeah, size these guys as well. Okay, good. Okay. And then yeah, just like working at the armor poser mod, 100% Sam. Very, very similar. You're like, oh yeah, I got the helmet on, perfect. And then you look and it's like off to the east by a mile. Okay. This guy. 1 up, right? Yep, 1 up, 1 in, 1 down. Cool. This is what I'm thinking I could size this. Yeah, because then it'll have like a little bit of a circle-ish shape. Not exactly, but fairly Minecraft-y circle. And here. Boom. That is cool. That is really, really cool. I like that. These I don't even have to have cubes. I could actually have these as just like one face, so the texture itself could be erased. And that might make it a look on one face basically. Or do something like this basically, where it's a I don't know what size I'm looking at. Nope, not that one. This one, yeah. I think that might look a little better than those weird corner bits. Yeah, so then they're basically just one face. Why does this always do this though? I don't know. Anybody know? Like you get all these warnings. I looked it up and everybody's like, just ignore it, which is fine, but I have a hard time ignoring things like that. It's like, why am I getting warnings? What am I doing wrong? Alright, that's definitely not in the back. Let's reposition that. Probably in the front face. Cool. Should I bring these guys in one? Like the rest of it? That's another debate that I'm having with myself here. Like, sorry, duplicating the bottom, where you have 2 tiers rather than the 1 tier. I am gonna put a lid on it though. So maybe that would be the 3rd tier. So it'd be kind of a taller pumpkin, which is more of a trophy. So I think that's fine. Okay. I don't even know what to call this group. Whatever. All right, let's pop this in here. Get in there. There. Cool, cool. All right. No, I definitely did not line this up to the grid. That's because I'm not even. Or I am even. Well, I can make the base a little bit bigger. It's not a big deal. Or smaller, whatever. I certainly don't want to have the base dictate the size of everything. Like I could do something like that. And then the base is not even though. Let's do this. Let's shrink this by 1 in the back, because that would be the easiest thing to shrink. Just trying to make this thing so it sits good on the base without looking odd. Did I already move it 1? No, I didn't. Okay, good. All right, this. Cool, cool, cool. All right, did I actually do the back even? Yeah, good. And then the random stuff. A lot of Z fighting here. Can I get at those anyway? All right, let's, before we move that, let's move these. Where is it? This one and this one. There we go. Cool. Now the back. Now, gotta move these two. All right, this one and this one. Move these in one. All right, cool. Now move the back. Okay, that should be even, unless I did it entirely wrong. Yep, that's even. Cool. All right, perfect. That's cool. It's got an odd shape, which is exactly what I was hoping for, not something perfectly even. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And now we just do a lid with like a little stem on it. You know, top with a little stem on it, and I think we are golden with the basic shape. This is the thing about Blockbench, though, is you gotta be settled with your shape before you create a texture, else you are going to be in a world of hurt. That's what I found. You might as well just like delete your texture and start again if oh, that's why. That's why. I'm breaking my own little rule. Pull these back. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay, cool. I don't know why I was doing that. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Yeah, so the texture. Get settled on your model before you pull the trigger on your texture, or else you will be, again, in a world of hurt. That's cool, too. Yeah. Nice. Nice, okay. I like it. I like it. Okay. Let's pop on the top. Pop the top. All right. Okay. Add a cube. Whoa. Little big, little big. Is that where I am? Something like that. Nailed it. Okay, let's shrink that. cool. It's a nice little top. Alright, then we'll need a bottom and a stem. Let's get the top. I'm assuming this will work as the bottom as well. No, it won't. Okay. Turn off these guys. I think that's pretty sweet. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. It'd be really cool. There's got to be a way. It'd be really cool if I could rotate this object. But center pivot? Can that work? Oh yeah, I can. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Yes. It's just a click away. I knew there was a way. Okay. Something like that. Can you do two? No, you can only do one. I prefer the side. Just something just a little off. Just a little bit off. Maybe not quite that much though. Maybe 2.5, yeah, just like a slight little tweak. Now do I need to move it? No. All right. Trying to figure out like on the base whether it needs to, because the face isn't sticking out as far as the other elements. I could make it stick out that far though. Yeah, I want it to be a little bit more roundish. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Okay. And then this one, size that way. All right. I either need another cube in this little void or something slightly different, like maybe split this into two and then like I could do this and then bring this out. Yeah, I like that a little better. Okay. Cool. All right, now we need to reposition these two. Or I could just actually resize that. So it covers that void. Size that to cover that void. And then that tooth, I don't think I'm going to be able to get around that. Maybe I'll just increase the size. Yeah, that's cool. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Little tilt. All right, another thing that I'm debating on is whether I want to do this and then drop the pumpkin. No, definitely not. Definitely not. All right, cool. No, that's good because it's like just a little odd. It's just slightly, you know, asymmetrical as far as from the front to the back. There's some odd corners and what have you, which is exactly what I was hoping for. I think that'll do. That will definitely do. Okay, let's put a stem on this bad boy. Stem. It's not going to take on the rotation? I guess not. I assumed right when I put it in the group it would take on that rotation. Really? It's actually alright that it's not rotated, but I would actually rather it rotate a different direction. I can't just rotate that by itself, can I? Oh, I can. Okay. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Alright, never mind then. We're good. We're good. I want it to be a little guy, I think. Right? Yeah. That. Yeah, it's not going down into it. There we go, and then we'll just increase it by 1. Maybe it should be 2 by 2. Yeah, that's sweet. That's really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Okay, I think I've lost the entire chat. Oh, all right. Here we go. I think we're ready to create the texture, and this might be premature, but I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna create the texture and then see what happens. So, what is it like here? Create texture, right? What did we call this? Hollow silver away. I think that's it. Yes, okay, cool. Phew, that is a lot. That is a lot. All right, cool. We're good. Okay, let's start texturing this bad boy. Before I do that, I want to quickly copy this and bring it into this. There we go. Maybe copy the silver one because the silver one's a little smaller. So I'm copying the geometry of essentially this page, this display. Just shows what it looks like when it's in like a player's hand, or if it's in your first person view, or if you're wearing it on your head, or if it's in an item frame. So I already did all the work to rotate and get these guys correct as far as the skateboard tournament. So I'm just going to, yeah, that's better. I don't need it to be massive. Again, these are going to be more of the silver and bronze, so they don't need to be huge. Just to kind of give you a little insight into what it would look like. Yeah, thank you, Sam. I think this will look really cool right when it's done. Yeah, it's looking pretty sweet. That's one thing that's bothering me though. That's one thing that's bothering me is right here. I think he's got a little bit too much of a 5 head. I think if I bring this over. All right, let's clear that texture. Bring this over 1. This over 1. Then I'm gonna have to cover those gaps with ones, but I think that looks a little better. Yeah. And then this center, that's better. That's way better. Okay, that's way, way better. Okay, let's just do some cubes right here with just the one face. Yeah, okay. Sorry, just kind of analyzing things, making sure I'm not moving it or missing anything. This is where it becomes painful though, because I think with the rotation, well, no, not if I just copy a cube from inside. There we go. And then, yep, right there, and we'll just size that bad boy down. That's good. That's good. Z fighting right there. Cool. And then which face do I need? Not that one. Is that the face? Yeah, that's the one. So this should be 0. Perfect. It is sitting in there a little odd though. Might be just an optical illusion. It's fine. Oh, see, it's not bringing on the rotation. That's the thing that's frustrating. Like, I have to rotate it back. Ugh, hate that. Okay, let's, that's why it's sitting odd. Let's delete that. Delete that. We're gonna have to rotate this guy back to 0 and then do the cubes and then rotate it again. Okay. Whatever. Always something silly. Bring that in one. And which one do I not need? Definitely need that. Definitely need that. And this one. There we go. Perfect. All right. Get in here. All right, we're good. All right, now let's do that. Center pivot. Perfect. Nope. See? Oh, do I have to do another center? Is that why? Click it again? Yeah, okay. How about now? There we go. Perfect. Okay. That will work. Nice. Okay. Let's create the texture now. Once again, blow silver away. And do it. Boom. Okay. Display is still good. That is massive. Why is it so big? I don't know why it's so big. Oh, is it only copy the one that I was focused on? Oh, that's silly. Really? It doesn't copy all? I should probably just save a preset. Yeah, let's do I don't know, trophy. We'll call it trophy. Maybe trophy silver. There we go. Perfect. That's better. Oh yeah, perfect. Look at that. Don't you want to be holding that? Everybody wants to be holding that. right. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, back to this. Now comes the tough part. Now is the making a sense out of all this nonsense. Okay, so we can do, first things first is to start coloring the I don't know if you'd be able to really see inside. I'm debating on whether I need to do all faces. Yeah, probably. At least the inside faces. Because a lot of these will be removed. Like, for instance, the top of this object right here, this base, inside here, I can just delete the texture. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter for file size that much, but yeah, you can do that. All right. Let's do this really quick. Just doing something on my second monitor. Come here. I don't think I can. Can I paste? Yes. Cool. I could have swore there's a way to edit this. Or is it like that? It's a way to like just open it up. Yeah, that's gonna screw everything up. Maybe just an image. Sure, why not? Confirm. Okay, so I can just delete this. Okay. Is it gonna remember that? Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of get like really rough. Maybe not that rough, but get really rough. Get a really rough idea of where the texture is over here by just painting everything one color, and then I'll start the shading after that. So actually, the easiest way to do that is just this. That'll be that color. Okay, geez, where is that? I don't even see where I color. You should. Oh, it's because they're all like little slices. This is gonna be a pain in the butt. A big old pain in the butt. Whatever. I'll just rough some ideas in here. Oops. I'm used to like large faces, so usually like, you know, this pink or this gray over here, it's really easy to distinguish where the texture lies. But because all these are just little ribbons, it becomes a very difficult proposition to know exactly where the texture resides over here in the UV map or whatever that's called. Oops. Turned off the shading right now because I want to just get some rough ideas in without having to worry about what it's going to look like with the shading. That was an incorrect move. Something like that. It's got like a lighter colored teeth and some darker teeth because these guys are going inside. Alright, let's try to imitate that a little bit. These are the stripes, I'm assuming. The stripes of the pumpkin. Kind of goes down a little farther and goes all the way up. Is that the same color? Yeah, that's the same color. Cool, cool. All right. It's actually already kind of getting there without too much work. All right. We're doing good. We're doing good. So I can see like what they're trying to imitate, and Mojang's trying to imitate at least. So each one of these creases, I guess, whatever. I'm sure there's a technical term for these little guys, but each one of these has a highlight on the left side as if the sun was, as if light was coming this direction, you know, up here. At least I think that was their idea, but it looks like they kind of got a little messy with it, which is fine. We can get messy with it too. I mean, already I think that's looking pretty sweet. Let's get that. Yeah, that's gonna look awesome. That's gonna look really, really cool. Oops, this, and this. Or maybe... something like that. I think I have to get these creases kind of going central out. Maybe I'll take it. Yeah, I like that. I don't want them perfectly straight though. I think that ruins the vibe a little. That's looking pretty sweet, okay. So the idea is I will continue to do this, look over the texture, and then I'll delete anything, you know, remove any of the stuff that isn't orange. It's gonna be a little bit of a chore, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. Let's get this stem all colored. Might be a little too dark, but let's go for it. And definitely lighter on top. Probably the lightest of everything, and then the bottom can be gone. All right. I might add a little bit to that in a second. Or right now. Whoops. Yeah, I think that's better. And then we go a little later. There we go. All right, cool, cool. All right, let's continue to do the top. Doing these little vein thingies, whatever you want to call them. Maybe one straight down the center. Maybe one going this direction. It's cool. Again, just roughing in the textures. It's not going to be perfect right now. Just need the basic colors and then refine, 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 refine. I could say refine one more time. We'll just imagine that this splits off or something for right now. This way and then this way. Same with this. Maybe a little overlap. Something like that, rough, but you get the vibe. A little station check here. So yeah, I am this is Randy Bishop Games. I'm streaming, creating trophies in Blockbench for a tournament that is coming up. Not a tournament, a build off, a Halloween build competition that we are going to have on the SMP that I belong to called Estrella. And I already created a couple trophies for a shuffleboard. I call it Scoot Board. Tournament, so I kind of got volunteered. I have no problem with it whatsoever to do some trophies for the Halloween build-off. So essentially, we are going to challenge builders, all in fun. You know, no big deal. I'm also one of the competitors to build a Halloween-themed or fall kind of spooky, you know, whatever. Doesn't have to be Halloween necessarily. Themed build in a swamp. So if you win, this will be your, I guess this is the silver trophy. So that's what I'm thinking it will be. All right. And I know there's probably way faster ways to do what I'm doing right now, but like I said at the top of the stream, I am not an expert at Blockbench whatsoever. I'm not a 3D artist. I am just one of those kind of jack of all trade types that likes to throw myself in feet first, head first, I think is the the usual term, into things. So I've learned it a little bit, enough to get by, and I have a lot of fun doing it, so that's why I'm streaming it. right, we're getting there. We are getting there. Need to add the highlights and the other colors to the top and all that good stuff, but we are definitely making progress. Let's add this little stripey doodaddy thingy. All right, that might be a little too deep, but whatever. Also split this one off. And then kind of work it into the center. Like that. That's good. And then this one, we curve the opposite direction. Actually, let's do it like this. Yeah. Maybe even take it this way. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Don't like this. I don't like this at all. Let's maybe just straight down. Or a little curve like right there. Yeah, that's fine. Cool, cool. All right. So again, this is not the final color or anything. I'm just kind of roughing things in. Actually, that's what I should have did in the first place. Alright, whatever. Spending way too much time when I'm just roughing things in. I just said I was roughing things in. Alright. There we go. This will definitely be the darker of shade, but basically I want to differentiate between like those veins and the regular pumpkin color. Let's just do this. Whoops, not that one. Not that one, not that one, not that one. This is a bop music for coloring this thing. Not sure how fitting it is to color with such a bop, but I swear if I do that one more time. Okay, actually I wanted that. All right. Hey, Asumi, how you doing? Thanks for joining the chat. You're getting a sneak peek into the trophies, or trophy, I should say. At least the first trophy of 3 I think I'm gonna do. Definitely not gonna be able to do them all on this stream, but I will slowly. Alright, I'm just haphazardly doing this now. That's what I meant to do. Yeah. Nerd. Alright, we got a little infighting in the chat. Actually, this is a trophy that you can't win, right? Assumi, because you're judging it. Assumi is the server owner of the Estrella SMP. Here's the secret though, guys. Anyone can make any of these trophies at any point in time. All you have to do is know the string that I name it. I don't like that. I can't because I'm judging Birdie Cat because he's boring. Birdie, are you building? Birdie's also a player on Australia. Are you building the in the competition? I thought you signed up, right? Oh, what's no fun? Being able to just name the trophy without earning it. Would you walked away with a silver trophy in the skateboard tournament, didn't you? You and Sam. You got second. Oh, you're already working on it? But the plot sizes haven't been announced. That's risky. Unless you got information that not all of us got. What do these look? Oh, these are different. Darn it. Yeah, this is a little darker. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I wanted to kind of get this a little bit more uniform as far as the veins. Oh, it's very interactive. Oh yeah, I think I heard your comment. You were asking CV something in the Discord. It sounds like you're doing some redstone-y contraption, so yes, that is something you probably want to do in creative mode first. Understandably so. All right, let's do a little bit of these little highlights. Batch them together a bit. I don't know if it'll be on that side now. That looks a little odd though. Trying to put all the highlights on the left side of the. Okay, they're kind of mixed actually in this. In the Minecraft, which I got right here, they're a little more mixed. It's kind of random. I mean, that's probably a pretty old texture though, so things have gotten a lot better. I think just mixing them actually doesn't look too bad. I don't want it to look too messy, but at the same time, pumpkins are kind of messy looking. Thank you, Aegis. Yeah, I just, thanks for joining the chat, and yeah, it's coming along. It's got a long way to go, but it's coming along. Just kind of shading it right now and getting it, there it is on the ground. Getting it to a point where it doesn't look like a messy basketball. Might actually take down the saturation of these things in general, like this orange and stuff. I borrowed this from obviously the Minecraft texture, but it might be a little too messy for what I'm looking for. So I'll figure it out. No big deal. Yeah, you can preview all the different display types, so you can preview what it would look like if someone's holding it, even what it looks like if a zombie's holding it, funnily enough. See, why does it do that? I copied all these. That's so weird. It's like it only copied a few of the views, like these are too big as well. Nonetheless, yeah, it'll preview all the different modes. So what I did is I actually opened up my skateboard trophy, this one, which has, you know, all those different modes, and I created a preset. However, it didn't copy all the presets, which is all the different options that I did. So I don't know why it's doing that. Let me try this one more time. Can I just rename? Let's delete this one. Oh, jeez. Delete this one, and then... Oh, it's because I didn't apply it to all slots. Okay, whatever. We'll call it trophy. Silver. Yeah, see, look, all the slots are selected. It's probably because I didn't apply it correctly. And then not new preset. Apply preset, trophy, silver. Apply to all slots? Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, that's better. It only took like 3 tries to do it. All right, yep, there we go. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, it does really help for modeling. You can also actually put it into a environment. What is it? Is it this one? Preview scene, yeah. So you can actually preview it in like a cherry grove, for instance, which is really helpful when you just want to see. This kind of sucks because it just puts it on. It doesn't imagine a item frame on the ground, but at least you can kind of get a basic idea of your sizes and all that good stuff. But yeah, very helpful. Very, very helpful. All right, cool, cool. And you can apply like generic shading as well in this view, which is very, very helpful when it comes to texturing things and painting things. Right now I'm just working on like roughing in the coloring so I can get a general idea of where I need to shade and all that good stuff. I might even, what I've done in the past is get the texture into a good state and then bring it into a Photoshop. Essentially, I have Affinity Photo, which is very similar, and then actually apply lighting effects in there, and that really, really makes things shine. Because it's just a lot easier to do stuff like that than to do it in Blockbench. Blockbench is very limited. So Aegis, yeah, nice, good to know. If I ever like to explore Blockbench, oh, it's so helpful. So you can make color adjustments if you want to make it more visible in certain biome. Yeah, exactly. It's really, really cool. It's a very, very powerful program. Even working in just tiny voxels, it's Still very helpful. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do is start turning off these faces so I can do the back of things. Yeah. All right, let's copy the really dark value. And let's just paint these faces inside that dark value. So we have a general idea of how this is going to look as a 3D object. Right. Here and 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 here. That's probably not going to be that dark in the end, but I'll make it that dark right now anyway, just to give an idea. All right, and then let's shut off all these guys except for, did I really not call it top? Whatever. All right, now let's turn them on back on. Okay, get in there. Thank you, Aegis, for the compliment on the texture. Got a little ways to go, but I am, it's coming along. Making some pretty good progress. Oh, maybe not that dark. Yeah, maybe something like that. That will be the dark color. Oh, what did I just color? Need these little guys. These little guys. Going inside. Nice, okay. So already I bet that's looking pretty sweet. Yeah, that is. That's looking pretty awesome already without even like a ton of work yet. Now comes the debate of whether I want to keep it orange, you know, keep it like a pumpkin, or make it like gold, like I did with the Scoop Ball trophy. So just to remind everyone, let's open the, like this, you know, where it's, I started with the texture, here, let's just shut off the head, of a armadillo, and then recolored it essentially as a gold trophy. Like this one would be the silver trophy, so I could make it a silver pumpkin. That's a debate that I'm still having with myself. What do you guys think? Whoever's still in the chat, what do you guys think? Because obviously we have to make a gold, you know, first, second, and third. So I was thinking gold, silver, and bronze, just like the Scoop Ball. Doesn't have to be though. I mean, I could just make the base, you know, something like that. I think there will be placements. I think it's a first, second, and third. I was pretty sure that's what CV, Creative Villages, just to catch everybody up that's not familiar with the Estrella. I know there's a lot of inside baseball talk right now. We're having a Halloween build-off. The winning builders will receive a trophy. I'm making those trophies. This is the silver trophy, the second place trophy. And there should be 3. The first one I'm not going to disclose because I have a fancy idea for that, but I think the second and third will be basically a pumpkin. You know, it's very similar to this. However, I might slightly tweak the face or something like that and the color. Oh, maybe more leaf and vines around for the gold. Yeah, you might be getting ahead of me. Maybe you can make the leaf gold, silver, bronze, or just part. Yeah, maybe I could do just like a little leaf coming off. Yeah, I didn't even think about doing a leaf in all honesty. That's a good idea. I didn't even think about putting a leaf on top of the little guy. That is a really good idea. Here, and I'll just show you kind of like what it would look like. So if I took this entire image is paint. Sorry, I'm in the wrong thing. And I just selected the whole thing. I could probably adjust saturation and hue, and then let me zoom in a little bit so we can actually see what I'm doing here. All right, image, adjust saturation and hue. And this isn't even like Photoshop, but you can like quite literally make it, as you could imagine, well, actually for like silver, it would be like, you know, some kind of grayscale-y looking thing, and then I could tinker with it a bunch and then make it straight up silver. So I think I'm going to continue texturing this though a little bit, painting it and all that good stuff, and get it to a place where I am satisfied before I make that decision. At least, you know, make it look a little bit more like a pumpkin. I mean, it's not too far off right now, but I think I could do a lot better. Having said that though, it is 7:43 my time, so this is usually the time that I cut the stream, so I'm gonna have to get going. I have a lot more work to do on these trophies, but thank you so much. I know this has been a very strange stream for me. This is the first time I'm out of Minecraft and streaming, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something, or maybe are cussing at your screen because I'm bumbling myself around Blockbench so much. Nonetheless, this has been Randy Bishop Games. Have a great afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is for you, and I will catch you later.